growing up, I would go through periods of reading a lot and then not reading at all, and I feel like that's because school kind of made reading seem like something that you do for work. It's like, this is your homework, read 20 pages a day. I feel like recently I've learned to like separate school and books. What's up guys, it's DJ.Do.Daddy. The title of this video is completely accurate. I managed to read 104 books in 2023, which is absolutely insane. These are all of the titles of the books that I read, in case you guys are wondering, but I'm going to go into a lot more detail about how I was able to do that and how I started to like books a lot more and find time to read them in my everyday life. So let's hop right on into this video. First of all, you have to make sure that the books that you are going to read are going to be ones that you enjoy. So think about the type of genres that you like, authors that you enjoy, and maybe movies or TV shows that have certain books. That could be a good place to start as well. Next, when you're making your goals, it's important to break them down into smaller little mini-ish goals. So I like to break it down by books that I read per week, but you could also break it down by pages you read a day, pages you read a week. Sometimes super large goals can seem really intimidating, and you won't be able to figure out a good way to track yourself and make sure that you are making progress in that goal unless you switch it into more small goals that your brain can comprehend better. This is something that I wish I would have done more last year, and that is to keep track of the books that I'm reading and give them like star ratings. I did do that, but like I honestly don't remember what some of those books were about, and now I have a reading journal where I can document all the books that I read, and it asks you little questions about the books each day, so that is a good option. You could also go onto Goodreads and log your books there, and they will recommend more books for you. I don't know why I haven't done this. I feel like people on Book Talk are always showing like their massive stash of books, but like that can get super expensive if you're buying every single book that you're reading. So it's important to take advantage of libraries in your area, get a library card, and you can put books on hold if they're not available in your library near you, and that is way more cost effective, and honestly I feel like you get the books just as fast that way. Set a specific time period every day for you to read, and to keep the motivation going, I like to keep a TBR list, which is a to be read list. Whenever I come across it, maybe in like a bookstore, or like I'll just watch a video and someone will say this book was good, I'll write it in a list, and so then I can have that list of future books always going, so there's not a time when I am just not reading anything because I don't know any good books at that point. I've always got something to keep me going. Before I get started, I just want to say that everyone's opinions are going to be different, and my favorite genres personally are dystopian, fantasy, or realistic fiction, so that's just what I enjoy, but they may not be your cup of tea. I found them really good though. These are all, I gave them 5 stars, and these are just ones that I read this year, so not my overall favorite books of all time, just ones from 2023 that I read for the first time. Number 1 is The Inheritance Games, and the plot of this is that a girl inherits a lot of money from a stranger, and so she meets all this stranger's family, and they're all kind of jealous that she was the one who inherited all this money, and then it's kind of like a mystery suspense vibe, and she has to, you know, figure out why she was the one who got all of this money. And it's a series, so there are multiple books, and I haven't read the last one yet. I need to get my hands on it. I have it on hold right now. I also read Divergent for the first time. I read the whole series, but I really like just the first one, honestly, and it's dystopian. The way that they're split up is kind of like Harry Potter houses, but people can't be put into one box, you know, there's a little bit of everything and everyone. Number 3, the Matched series. Also, the first one is the best. I don't know, that's just like a trend with me. I always like the first ones the best, but this one is, you know, it's got kind of love triangle mixed in there with the dystopian, and also more like controlling government. Now this is a really underrated one, and it's Loop. It's also a series. It's kind of a little bit difficult to follow, like there's a lot going on, but it creates a really interesting world, and I liked it, and I thought that the characters and the way they think was pretty unique. There are a lot of twists with it. Literally the second book's called Twist. Finally, I'm gonna shout out an author, Colleen Hoover, very popular in the young adult fiction realm. Sometimes she can get a little bit twisted with her writing. These ones are more like fun, light reads. So, November 9, Hopeless, Slammed, and Never Never. Check them out. We're going in to my least favorites. So first up, we have the Wonderland Trials. I just felt like this was a ripoff of Harry Potter and Alice in Wonderland. It just didn't create anything new. It wasn't original. It's a series, but I read the first one and I was like, nope, I can't do this anymore. This is one that I had to read for my English class in spring of 2023, and it's called Tree in lowercase. It was just way too philosophical. I was like, I thought this was gonna be about like trees and, you know, how they help people live, but it was just like not what I was expecting in a bad way. Finally, this is a book that I read at the very beginning of the year. It's called Where Futures End, and I just lost this one. Like, I didn't get it, and I was reading reviews and stuff because I was trying to figure out like what was the point of this. It felt like it just ended without any like resolution. These are just some final little things that I think will help you to become a reader. Spend time with people who also like to read. The people around you really do influence how you perceive yourself, and they can help you if you ever get behind on your goals. Don't stress if things change. If you're like, okay, maybe I won't read this many books. That's okay. Don't let that prevent you from still reading some. Going along with this, some books, you know, are longer than others. Some books will take you forever to read. Others will be more of like light reads that you can just knock out in like one day. Sometimes, yes, it does take a little bit to get into the book, but I feel like you'll know when you're just not gonna enjoy the book, and then just don't waste your time on it anymore. A lot of times people are like, oh yeah, I've been meaning to read this book. Well, why haven't you? You know, like, is it because you really don't think that you're gonna enjoy it? Is it because you don't have time? You gotta think about why you're not meeting your goals. Like, you gotta figure out what's preventing you from doing what you want to do, and so that you can overcome that and then meet your goals. Because in 2024 we are all going to slay the day away. We're all gonna read so much, we are all gonna gain so much knowledge. But yeah, let's make 2024 a good one. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it and learned maybe how to incorporate reading into your daily life in 2024. And I'm always looking for book recommendations, so if you have any favorite books, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next week with another video. Bye!
Oh, okay. My granddad.